Immanuel Quickley could be the next great young guard in the NBA, and thanks to the OG Anunoby trade, he's officially the Raptors' gem to blossom. Similar to his Kentucky teammate Tyrese Maxey, Quickley is poised for a breakout while he runs the Raptors' backcourt. While he begins this new era of his career, I want to break down Quickley's performances this season with the Knicks and discuss his role in Toronto. Quickley is set for a massive leap in Toronto. Playing in New York, he's had moments and opportunities to be the engine of an offense, but thanks to coming off the bench and being behind Jalen Brunson, those moments have been limited. However, it is worth noting, in the 21 games Quickley started last season, where he did get to be an engine of an offense, he averaged 22.6 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, and 5.1 assists while shooting 47% from the field and 40% from three. This is compared to his 60 games off of the bench, where he averaged 12.3 points, 3.7 rebounds, 2.9 assists on 43, 35, 80 splits. This discrepancy hurt his Sixth Man of the Year case, but it shows his potential upside as a starter long term. As Quickley instantly becomes the Raptors' starting point guard of the future, the hope is he continues to perform as well as he did last year while starting. Playmaking is where IQ may be able to take the biggest jump. No more Jalen Brunson running the offense or even Julius Randle to run the show. Quickley is truly and clearly the number one point guard on this team, finally letting him showcase his true playmaking prowess that he already showed flashes of in New York. This is the type of play that Quickley can continue to do night in and night out that will continue to get good offense for the Raptors. It's a simple play, but it shows his ability to get downhill with his weak hand and just recognizes his ability to be able to draw the help and hit the open shooter. Here's another play where Quickley is able to draw a lot of help with three guys focusing on him in the paint for the Spurs, recognizes that there's going to be an open shooter, and hits Dante for a very open look on the wing. On this play, Quickley decides to reject the screen, as he can already see that Onyeka is coming in to help on the screen side. Quickley draws into the middle of the paint where there is a ton of space, forces Bogey into that help position, and ends up having a very easy dime to Dante for a very easy layup. Although it's a bit unorthodox, this play here shows how Quickley really can navigate screens, and in this case has Sam Hauser really get behind him on the play, and as soon as Quickley gets that space, he recognizes Barrett coming up on that lift and finds him for the open three. Quickley has been sent double teams his way on multiple occasions this year, especially out of the pick and roll when he has the hot hand, but he's recognized and dealt with them very well, as he did on this play, immediately recognizing the double team and sending a very good skip pass over to RJ for a wide open three. Similarly here against the Hornets again, he gets doubled immediately out of a pick and roll, immediately recognizes it, and gets Dante a very good look from the wing. And of course, just like most guards in the modern NBA, when he gets the opportunity, he knows how to throw a lob pass. Now, despite his playmaking upside, IQ will not have to be the sole playmaker and engine on this offense. The continued breakout of Scottie Barnes, specifically with regards to his playmaking, will take plenty of pressure off of IQ. Barnes has had plenty of experience as a point forward and even some at point guard. This doesn't even include the secondary playmaking of Pascal Siakam and the playmaking of backup guard Dennis Schroeder for any 2-point guard lineups the Raptors run, which they already have game one into the Quickley Raptors era. The fact IQ is not the only playmaker is a good thing. He possesses great off-ball movement, he fills the proper lanes in transition, and moves into open spots on the wing for threes. It's especially beneficial that Quickley has shot 40% on catch-and-shoot threes this season with the Knicks, and this is a Raptors team that is starving for any bit of spacing and shooting. Now, although we just discussed him being a very good three-point shooter, he's not exactly a Steph Curry of the world. They're not expecting him to regularly pull up from 28 or 30 feet. But he shows here that on occasion, he can step out and knock down a big shot. Now, Quickley is a significantly better three-point shooter from above the break than he is in the corner, which is a rarity. But nonetheless, he still shows here that he does have the ability to move very well off the ball and knock down some corner threes when needed. Similarly, Quickley can make the same type of movement from the corner up to the wing, as the moment that Josh Hart makes this cut, he recognizes the space that's been created, Randle finds him immediately, and it's a very easy three for Quickley. This type of play shows some really interesting potential that I could see between Quickley and Scotty Barnes as a reverse screen, where Scotty is the primary ball handler and Quickley acts as the screener. Now, Quickley never really sets a screen here, but he does come through and make it look like he's going to set one, baiting Trey to play on the help side of the left-hand dribble of Randall's drive, resulting in a very easy Quickley 3. This is the type of potential play that Barnes and Quickley could run quite often and have a lot of success with. He's also shown the ability to be able to come off dribble handoffs like he does here with Mitchell Robinson and knock down some threes, and that can continue in Toronto, whether it be with Barnes, Siakam, or Podol. Quickley is far from just a catch-and-shoot threat from deep. IQ is a great pull-up three-point shooter, shooting nearly 41% on pull-up threes with the Knicks this season. The Raptors seriously lack shot creation from their guards, and prior to this trade, the roster was completely devoid of any great three-point shooting creation. That changes immediately with the addition of Quickley. We discussed earlier how Quickley can navigate the pick and roll to play make for others, but he can do it to score as well, and that is certainly not limited to his three-point shooting, or if you go under on him, he will punish you. Now, going over on a Quickley screen certainly helps defensively, but his crossover is so disgusting that even if you go over, he might just pull that crossover on you, and he immediately has an open three. Here he is being defended by one of the best perimeter defenders in the league in Derek White, and even still, his handle and especially that crossover is so good that he can create that much open space for a three in Derek White's face. As great as Quickley is behind the three-point line, he's a true creation threat inside the arc. Now, he does have some limitations with finishing at the rim. He's not the shortest guard at 6'3" with a 6'8" wingspan, but with the Knicks this year, he shot only 57% at the rim, which is in the bottom 30% for guards. Now, on the contrary, he shot 67% at the rim last year, which was top 35% for guards, so the hope is he reverts back to last season's efficiency. But where he does struggle at the rim, at least so far this year, he makes up for it with his floater. A key part of Immanuel Quickley's offensive game is the floater. It's one of my primary reasons why I love him so much as a player, and it's such a great part of his game as he shows here, getting a floater over one of the best defenders in the league in Evan Mobley. Even through contact, Quickley knows how to finish a floater as he deals here with the length of Chimezie Metu. He has no problem going through the contact and banking it in off the glass. Quickley will again pair this with this very good pick and roll screen navigation to be able to create open floaters for himself as he gets Malachi Flynn on his hip here and scores against his now current team via the floater. And even when he gets cut off against big intimidating interior defenders like Gobert, he knows how to get the defenders to bite enough and then turn around for a little turnaround floater. He loves to get his floater off however he can, and he is very efficient at it. When Quickley isn't dropping floaters all night long, he's using his handle to create jump shots. IQ has a great turnaround mid-range in his arsenal, and his crossover gives him plenty of separation to create his own look, and the numbers back it up. With the Knicks this season, Quickley is shooting 48% from mid-range, putting him in the top 25% of guards. Similar to behind the three-point line, Quickley knows how to create space and separation for himself to get off his jumper, here showing off the step back as opposed to that crossover to get off a look over Max Strus. And of course, I had to show the clip where he combines his absurd crossover and the step back to get nearly what is a three, but ends up being a very good mid-range shot against the Lakers. I wanted to emphasize what Quickley can bring to the Raptors' transition offense. The Raptors are one of the best transition offenses in the NBA and continue to rely on that whilst their half-court offense struggles. Whilst Quickley will help that half-court offense, he is a great talent to have in transition. Quickley loves to showcase his shooting ability in transition as well, whether it be him spearheading the break or just off a defensive rebound. He knows how to fill the lanes properly, get himself ready for a shot, and hit down those corner threes against the Miami Heat to bring them back in late in a fourth quarter. Similarly, he fills in the same types of lanes on the wing and easily hits down those shots. He knows how to fill the lanes properly and find the open space with that off-ball movement in the half court, but also in the transition. Now, as much as Quickley knows how to fill the lanes and hit transition threes, He shows here he can be the outlet and get the fast break going as he hits Hart right in stride for a very easy dunk. Here against the Celtics, he gets the defensive rebound himself and pushes the break immediately. And thankfully, he recognizes RJ is way up the court thanks to his great court vision and makes it a very easy opportunity for RJ and get up a very good shot anywhere near before the Celtics set up their very good half-court defense. Defensively, IQ will fit the Raptors' defensive culture. He's a great point of attack defender and generated legitimate buzz as an all-defensive caliber player last year on his way to be nominated 6th Man of the Year. He also has great off-ball props and should be able to succeed in any role that the Raptors put him in defensively, assuming they're not asking him to defend your wings. This is another play that shows Quickley's alertness on defense as he really catches the Celtics sleeping and instantly steals it off the inbound. This is a simple defensive play, but is very indicative of the type of intelligence that IQ has consistently on the defensive end. He's on the weak side here in the help position in the paint. He recognizes the Jaquez drive is coming and stays in for the help. And once he recognizes that Jaquez is no longer committing to that drive, he has great recovery time out to Martin and makes it a very difficult look, resulting in the miss. This is another play that really showcases the off-ball defense and awareness of Immanuel Quickley. Again, he's on the weak side here, helping up on the wing this time. He sees Hart has to go down and help on the big in the middle, being Danilo Gallinari, and situates himself in the middle of Avdia and Bilal Coulibaly at the top, as he should, so whatever pass gets made, he can close out to either shooter. Once that pass is made, he does start that closeout. Because it's not a great pass, he gets there, gets the steal, and starts that fast break for the Knicks, resulting in more pressure on the Wizards. That type of awareness and being able to situate yourself right in between those two shooters is exactly what you need to do in that scenario, and Quickley executed it to perfection. Here's IQ having to deal with one of the best scorers in the league in Anthony Edwards, and although he does get some help from Josh Hart, once Hart gives it up, he has a lot of room to recover to make this a very difficult shot at the rim for Ant, and that he does, resulting in a very tough floater and ensuing in a miss for Edwards. And this play is just great on-ball defense by Quickley. He gets the switch on to LeVert once his man Strus comes up for the screen, and LeVert tries to shake him on multiple occasions, and he just gets nothing. Quickley stays down, keeps moving his feet. The lateral quicks are great, and forces LeVert into a very difficult mid-range shot as it nears the end of the shot clock. Quickley is a very complete two-way guard who finally gets his chance to shine in Toronto. I'm personally thrilled to have him in Toronto as a Raptors fan, and can't wait to see his incoming breakout.